toaster, I named her Helga. She is my pride and joy, but Helga might be kicked to the curb and be replaced by the Wonder Oven. Bye, Helga. Today we're gonna review the Wonder Oven by Our Place. It's a 6-in-1 air fryer and toaster oven with steam infusion. Before we begin, let's talk about this machine a bit. It comes with a bake pan, air fryer basket, wire rack, and crumb tray. The heat ranges from 200 degrees Fahrenheit to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna start with the fryer mode. I love fries so much, it's kind of a problem. I'm gonna turn this to air fry mode. I have my temperature on 425. This is going to stay in here for about 16 minutes because it's half of the bag, and we will see if it's crispy. It is now time to try our fries. Let's do this. Cheers. Delicious. Pros of the air fry mode, they heat up very quickly. I honestly left this in a little longer than I should have. The only con I have is it doesn't really preheat. You kind of just start when you put in the item and turn on the knob. So you have to be aware of that when you're setting up your time. But overall, the fry mode, great experience, great French fries. Time for our next mode. Next, we're gonna try the baking mode. We are gonna do this cookie dough. This is like a staple in every household as a child. We are gonna use this baking tray and it's aluminum toxic-free tray. It's supposed to be non-stick. Normally I would put parchment paper, but we're just gonna go with it and not put any parchment paper. So we're gonna really see if this works. We're also gonna see how many cookies can fit on it. I don't think that many cookies can fit on it. So this might be better for kind of a one-person cookie day if you don't have a huge family you're trying to feed. Again, I'm a little nervous they're gonna stick to the pan, but we'll see what happens. Since this is a non-stick sheet, we're gonna put our temperature to 325 and then we are gonna bake it for 12 to 15 minutes. It's been 10 minutes, we let them cool. Let's see if they're really non-stick. Oh my gosh! It just comes right off, wow. Guys, this is really non-stick. I'm not gonna lie, I had very big doubt. Oh, I can just pick it, I don't need anything. Wow. This pan, I did not believe it would be non-stick. It actually was. That was incredible. But it is now time for the cookies. When they were in there, it kind of looked like the back cookies were getting a little more toasty than the front cookies. So we're gonna try a back cookie versus a front cookie. Let's try it. They're kind of the same. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the baking mode. This tray is awesome. It actually is non-stick. Pros, it doesn't take that much time. There is a non-stick pan. The only con I have is that the tray is a little small, so you can't really fit that many cookies. But we fit 5 cookies and they didn't really bump into each other that much. Next up, we're gonna do the steam/reheat mode. I have day-old pizza here that has just been waiting to be eaten, but alas, we haven't been able to. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on the wire rack, and then we have the crumb tray here. So we're gonna put the crumb tray at the bottom, and then we're gonna put the wire rack on top. For the steam mode, we're gonna turn it to steam. We're gonna do it for around 300 degrees for the pizza, and then you just wanna take the little top of this off of the machine, fill it up with water, and pour it in. You could do 1 to 2 caps. I'm gonna put this on for 7 minutes and we will see how our pizza turns out. Pizza looks so good. Part of the steam mode is it's supposed to really help bread kind of renew itself. It's definitely like crispy, but it does not taste stale at all. We're gonna try the pizza. It didn't get burnt on the bottom, it's kind of perfect. The cheese looks revitalized, so cheers. Wow. Pros, I think the steam mode definitely helped keep the bread way fluffier, way lighter. Normally when I use a toaster oven, bread it kind of just stays stale. It doesn't feel as fluffy as it used to after a couple days. So I think the steam mode is really cool. It's a really unique feature. Another pro is this heated up really well. It's not burnt on the bottom, so it was pretty even all around. I don't really have any cons for this mode. I think it worked well. Next, we're gonna do the roast method. We are gonna try some raw chicken breast. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes raw chicken freaks me out. I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the idea of it, but I love chicken, so I do what I have to get the chicken. So we are just gonna take these slices and put them on the nonstick ceramic coating. I'm hoping that this cooks through. I've actually never cooked chicken in a toaster oven or air fryer, so I'm curious how this will work. I think I can only fit 3 pieces, and then we are gonna cook that at 370 degrees for 10 minutes, and then flip them over and give them another 5-ish so minutes. It is time for our chicken, guys. I'm most excited about this, honestly. We are just gonna take it out and see how it is. So we have our chicken. First off, the chicken is juicy. There was so much liquid on the non-stick pan. This looks perfectly cooked. Okay, let's try it. Pros on the roasting, it does its job. It roasts the chicken. Cons, I just think with poultry, it's a little hard to tell exactly how well it's been cooked. So definitely use a heat thermometer. But overall, it did its job. I just personally like to make meat on a pan. So for me, I wouldn't use this as much for the roasting aspect, but it definitely cooked a chicken in a healthier way than I would on a pan because I'd put so much oil on that chicken. Next up, we're gonna try the broiler mode. We are gonna use parchment paper for this. We already know it's non-stick, but just to see how it works with parchment paper, let's do it. We're gonna have some asparagus on there. Hopefully it comes out crispy with the broiler mode. My fear is that it doesn't come out as crispy as with kind of a roast mode, but it should get it hotter quicker through the broiler method. We're gonna put a bit of olive oil on there. That was kind of a lot of olive oil, let's be real. Then I'm gonna put some salt on there. A little bit of salt. We're gonna put it on the broiler mode. It actually says that the low point is 400 degrees Fahrenheit, the high 450 degrees Fahrenheit for around 12 minutes. Time to take out our asparagus and see how crispy it is. I have never been a big fan of asparagus, but this actually looks good. It's definitely crispy, and it did it pretty quickly. Let's try it. What? I never thought I was a fan of asparagus. I think the broiler mode did a good job at making the outside crispy while still leaving the inside kind of like this juicy, chewy flavor. Let's do the toast method, and we can see if the back part of the rack gets more toasted than the front. For the toast setting, it says to set to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And then let's do that for like 5 minutes. Our toast is ready. We are taking it out. That is crispy. The bread is toasted. I put it on for way too long, but the back of the bread is pretty similar to the front of the bread. I feel like it toasted it semi-evenly. So when I take the bread off, the top is incredibly toasty, but the bottom, not as much. Where did we go wrong? This might be due to the fact that we had a crumb tray at the bottom, so it was blocking the heat from coming up from the bottom. Let's try this bread. That's good. The bottom of it is definitely not as toasty as the top. Pros, this toasts very quickly, an unreal amount of time. It will get your bread crisp. Cons, if you have a crumb tray on, you should definitely flip your bread for toasting. So do like 3 minutes, flip, 3 more minutes, it'll be perfect. Other than that, it tastes good. Even though the bottom is not as toasted, it's still really good. After using the Wonder Oven, I give it a 95 out of 100 on our PureWow rating. I think it cooks everything really well. It did its job for each of these modes. It has high and low temperature setting options, and it's very cute. It'll look good on your counter. It's aesthetically pleasing, much more than some other toaster ovens. The only reason I deduct points is because it doesn't really have a preheat setting, which some air fryers do. I think this leans more towards a toaster oven than an air fryer. That being said, it's just something you have to be aware of. You can just turn the knob and it will automatically heat up very quickly. So knowing that, just make sure to put your timer maybe on a slightly lower setting because it will cook your food faster. Overall, I'm very happy with this device. Super excited to put it in my kitchen and get cooking. Comment below if you would use this device and what you would make. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and we'll see you next time.